Leadership guru Dr. Denis Waitley shares his pearls of wisdom in this special tribute to a lifetime of mentorship with USANA Chairman and CEO Kevin Guest.
It's indeed an honor and a special occasion to take pause and reflect on all the great contributions that one man has made as an esteemed mentor to USANA. He's been part of USANA family for nearly 30 years. If making a contribution and impacting the world around us is a mark of living a life with purpose, I don't know of anyone who has done so with such gusto, passion, and a sense of humor than this man. He's influenced the lives of hundreds of thousands of people around the world. I am privileged to call him a dear friend. That's why we'd like to take a moment and celebrate someone who will have a USANA legacy that we'll remember for years and decades to come. I'm talking about no one other than Denis Waitley. Denis, welcome.
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you, USANA. It's great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you here with us, Denis. I wanted to just ask you a quick question about an incident that happened between the two of us. Several years ago, we were sitting in a restaurant in Australia. My phone rang. It was my wife on the other end. She was crying. She wanted my advice because one of our children had received a very, very bad report from their teacher at school. When I explained to you what was happening back at home on the other side of the world, you made a comment that I believed changed my life and the lives of my children. And that comment was, you said, Kevin, no matter what you do not punish him or take anything away from him that will take away from his self-worth or self-esteem. Speak a little bit about that life-changing moment that happened between the two of us and what you were thinking about as you gave me that advice.
Yeah, I remember that very well, Kevin. And, you know, the punishment needs to always fit the crime, and you never want to take away a privilege that would damage a person's self-esteem. So if somebody stayed out too late, you wouldn't not let them go to the senior prom, or you wouldn't let them take Taekwondo lessons if they did something a little wrong. You want to always reprimand someone in private with a constructive criticism, and then make sure you give them something positive to go forward on. But never do anything that will damage a person, because the greatest fear of all is being embarrassed and punished in a way that makes you feel unworthy. So building your own self-worth is the most important thing. And you know, you always do the right thing with your kids, and you did it in that case. And so I was just a little Jiminy Cricket along with you on that particular day.
Well, thanks for your help on that. Another thing that I witnessed with you, I was privileged to go to Africa with you, and we spent some time on the Serengeti and really had a great time together. But you wrote the book Safari to the Soul. And why is Africa so special to you, and why did Africa touch you so deeply? Just talk about that a little bit.
Well, you know, it's the center of human development in many ways. It's the circle of life. Everyone works together in harmony, which you talk about, harmony and synergy, where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And I felt closer to creation in the middle of Africa, watching the splendor of what God has created more than almost any other place. And it enabled me to really look into my soul and appreciate what God has given us in this beautiful natural world. And we need to stop and appreciate that. So Africa to me is a microcosm of life itself. And it's the most incredible cathedral in the world.
Yeah, what a special place. Denis, you're an amazing friend, mentor, and colleague. There are so many tips and tricks that you've taught me along the way, and there are certainly not enough time for me to share them all. But I did want to give some insights to some of my favorite quotes of yours. So let's start with one. Quote, this is quoting Denis, "Time and health are two precious assets that we don't recognize or appreciate until they've been depleted." What do you think about that as you hear your own quote?
Well, you know, it couldn't be more real than today. You know, at the age of 87, I realized that I'm in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, as far as mortality is concerned. And one thing that's most important is we all have 168 hours a week to spend, but not to keep. Scientists can't invent more minutes. So your health is the most precious gift you have. And you want to make sure that you use your time to be in the moment, but not live for the moment. So make sure that you're in life every minute of your life, because your life and health about the time you're spending. You can't save time for another day.
That's awesome. Thank you. Another quote is, learn from the past, set vivid, detailed goals for the future, and live in only the moment of time over which you have control now. What thought comes to mind as you hear that quote?
Well, the past is a canceled check, the future is a promissory note, and today is hard cash. So you can only spend hard cash in the present tense. Every future decision is based on what you do minute to minute. And that's why it's so important that you realize that time is the only equal opportunity employer. You live on your past successes, your faith, your positive memories. They keep you going in challenging times. And your desires, dreams, and plans for the future keep you motivated. But you got to take action in the present and stop stewing and keep doing.
Another quote that I love: change the changeable, accept the unchangeable, and remove yourself from the unacceptable. Talk about that for a moment.
Well, you can't change someone else. You can only change your responsibility, your ability to respond. So you can only change your next thought and action. You have control of that. What is unchangeable is what has happened, and that's history, and that's the past. You can't change that, but you can change what you're going to do next. And of course, you remove yourself on unacceptable situations, which is taking your A game every day in the most challenging times. When things are going well, you coast. But when things are difficult, that's the time to be at your very best and most clearest. And that's why I say remove myself from things that I may feel would hurt me. So make sure you do some planning as well along the way.
Dennis, in Spanish, the word retirement translates to jubilation, which means making joyful noise. For those who don't know Dennis very well, he has, shall we say, not a so serious side. He loves a prank, a joke. I know that personally. Simply put, he loves to have fun. Over the years, Dennis has brought a whole lot of joyful laughter to USANA. During every convention, there's always another spoof. You'll find Dennis at the center of the entertainment. Because he's practically been in just about all of them, there are many zany and hilarious highlights from over the last 25 years. Why don't we take a moment and enjoy some of the moments of joyful noise featuring Dennis? Take a look.
You and I, positive self-awareness, lifelong learners, the right knowledge, the best science, the best products, home-based business is the future now. Now that my own children have grown and flown from the nest, I realize that every moment of time together has been quality time. Spock, what do you make of it? Apparently, we're going to crash and you'll all be killed.
Again?
But fortunately, I'm a vegetarian Vulcan, and I'll survive. The greatest gift you can ever give another person is your own time, in person, with them. The intimacy of you and I together.
Your corruption days and pollution days are over, preacher.
Over my dead body. Happy birthday, USANA. This concludes the program, and thank you for coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get on your mark, get ready to go. I'll tell you about the business for all generations, why we're together for all the celebration. Life is a safari in a savage paradise. Savage to people who are inexperienced and afraid, and a paradise to those who learn. The question is, are you a tourist or a guide? We've weathered every storm, each bumpy road along the highway, but more, much more than this, we did it Myron's way. You can be a winner even if you're a beginner. If you think you can, you can. Wear the gold medallion, ride your own black stallion. If you think you can, you can. Time is the ultimate equal opportunity employer. And when you get to be mature, if I'll ever be mature, you begin to look at life as a double rainbow, and you sip it, and you can hardly wait to wake up. Mom, we need some more paraben skin cream. I'm breaking out all over. Come on. What began as a dream and a vision 20 years ago has grown into a global legacy of health and happiness. We have a problem. Scientific espionage. Someone has hacked our QC system and tampered with our product. Get the focus. Share it. And you will create a fireball storm that will be heard and seen throughout the world. It is integrity. It is authenticity. It is genuine caregiving.
C'est la vie. Look what you've done for me. Darling, without you.
You stay focused, you stay involved, you stay persistent, and you never, never, ever give up on your USANA dream, ever. In your heart of hearts, I believe that each of you is dedicated to bring fulfillment, health, and well-being to someone else every day of your life. Thank you.
That brings back some fond memories of our time together, Dennis. And I'm sure the two special individuals I'm about to introduce next have plenty of stories of their own about you, with good reason. You've been friends for a very long time, and I know from my own personal experience that you both had enormous impact on each other. And they really wanted to join us to share how they feel about you, Dennis. So please welcome Dr. Wentz and Prudence. Hello, guys.
Hey,
Hi.
hey, Denny.
Hi, hey, boy, it's been a long time since we've been together.
It has.
That's right. You've been friends with Dennis for a long time, and I've heard you refer to yourselves as the three amigos. I've tried to weasel my way in to be the fourth amigo with not a whole lot of luck, but Dr. Wentz and Prudence, as you sit here and think about Dennis and his contribution to USANA, what comes to mind?
Positivity.
That would be it.
Yeah. And the ultimate gentleman.
But positivity, he has been so great in instilling positivity in our thinking, in everything we do in life. The can-do spirit, I think, is one of the most important things that he's done for us, but also for the USANA family.
I'm wondering if you could remember the first time you met Dennis and the first time you heard him speak at a USANA event. What went through your mind, and what do you remember about that moment?
Good Lord, Kevin, that was what, What you expect me to remember from 25 years ago or more? Dennis could, but I don't think I can.
I remember the first time I saw him speaking, and I was just, I knew him as a friend first, but when I first saw him on stage, it was just magical, because he is, he just involves everybody and everything that he does in his life. You feel like you're right there. He's talking to you, and that's a very special trait.
There are two things that I feel like the three of you really have in common. The first one is giving and being servant leaders and giving back to those in need. You all have been on several Children's Hunger Fund trips together and assisted in giving together. Dr. Wentz, is there any specific memory you can think about, like from Africa or a trip you've been on with Dennis or something that might have happened?
Well, we've traveled the world together, and so many memories, great memories. But you mentioned Africa. We did a lot of flying together on small charter planes, right? And I remember one flight in Uganda, in which right now I don't recall where we were going, but it was the pilot. Dennis always opted to sit in the co-pilot seat, which was always available, and he did, and I was in the jump seat right behind him. And then we had a couple pastors aboard from one of the orphanages. And anyway, we took off and we were flying. It was quite a distance we were going. And the pilot, knowing he apparently was clued in that Dennis was a jet pilot in the Navy, and he asked Dennis whether he wanted to take over the controls and bring us into our destination. Dennis is not one to say no. He doesn't know those two letters. He has mastery of the language. But so he did. We were in flight. He turned over the controls to Dennis, and as luck would have it, we had bad weather. It was raining. The windshield wipers were doing the job, and it got dark in the cockpit. And Dennis, I remember him straining on his seatbelt to look at the dials, and he was saying, "It looks like this is going to be an instrument flight." And he was looking at these dials. That's elevation. That's airspeed. That's outdoor temperature. Anyway, there was a feeling of anxiety, I would have to say, in the cockpit. But after a bit, Dennis turned around to see how the passengers were doing, and he said, things are good. They're sleeping peacefully. And I said, "No, Dennis, I believe they are praying." They are praying.
That's funny.
That was one of the best. Yeah, that was one of the best ones.
We landed safely.
Yes, well, that's good.
Can I tell one quick story? I promise I'll be quick. We were in Macau, the three of us, and we were trying to come up with something to do. So we found there was a boat museum. It's a well-known, beautiful boat history museum. Yeah. So the three of us went, and the two of them were off, and I didn't realize what they were doing. So I was kind of going up and down. It seemed like hours later, they were building, designing the perfect fishing boat. You could design your own boat. And it was probably, honestly, 2 hours, Kevin, that they were there. And so I'm not convinced that one day that boat still won't get built between the two of them. That was the fun time.
That's awesome.
Well, the two amigos, there were times where we had to wait for you. I remember at the Great Wall when, Prudence loves to walk, climb stairs. She walks miles and miles every day, multiple times a day. And anyway, she saw that wall. It just went on and on. And she said, I'll be back in 15 minutes, whatever. We waited. I don't know, Dennis, did we have access to a telescope? But she disappeared out of sight, and we were concerned that she make it back before nightfall.
Dennis, we have such a loving friendship between the three of us, and he's been such a wonderful confidant for Dr. Wentz and me, and we just have such respect for him as he shows for everyone else, and true love and admiration, and like I said, he's the ultimate gentleman to everybody, and kindness.
Kevin, maybe this is an opportunity for me to say thank you to Dennis, my confidant, my friend, my very best friend over a couple decades, my partner in crime. Oh, I don't think we did anything criminal over the years, did we, Dennis?
That's good.
But we sure had a lot of fun being the jokester that you are. We've had a great life together.
And one of my favorite quotes of Dennis's, and it's so true, it's how I feel with him. I like me best when I'm with you, and we feel that way when the three of us are together. Dennis is just our very cherished friend.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, it's been over 25 years, and certainly time goes by fast. But Dennis, what would you like to say to everyone out there?
Well, I'd like to say that this great company and all the great people in it have given me so many memories, almost too many to even speak about. But as usual, I want to thank everyone in my own way, straight from the heart. The only way I know how to is to put a few lyrics to an old song and thank everyone for the memories.
Oh.
Hello, USANA family. I've taken an old song and put some new lyrics just for you because I love you. Thanks for the memories of all the things you've done, the accolades you've won. You started small and grew so tall. I've never had such fun. How lucky I am. And thanks for the memory, the years with Kevin Guest. He always met the test. He grabbed the dream and built the team. USANA's just the best. How special he is. And now that we're parting, I'm starting to wish it could be ever after. I'll miss all your smiles and your laughter, but you'll always be inside of me. So thanks for the memories, the spoofs with Dr. Wentz that he thought made no sense, but he played each part straight from the heart and never took offense. My mentor and friend and Prudence, yes, she goes where he goes, and I like to go where they two go. They call us the best three amigos because the bond that we share is beyond compare. So thanks, Dr. Wentz, for the memories of all the things you do to make our dreams come true. You do so much to all you touch. That's why the world loves you. And Dr. Wentz, I thank you so much. And I want to thank Prudence and Kevin and all the management staff, USANA Studios, all the employees, all the country managers, every rookie, every veteran of USANA Associates, every associate in the world. I want to thank all of you for the very best 25 years of my life, and hopefully many, many more to come. I'm looking forward to being part of the USANA Foundation and giving back some of what you've given me. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart so much.
Thank you, Dennis. That was truly heartfelt and touching. And thank you, Dr. Wentz and Prudence. By the way, Dr. Wentz has a special day coming up. Prudence, do you want to let the cat out of the bag what that special day is?
His birthday, his 80th birthday.
That's right. So happy birthday to Dr. Wentz.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Like many of us, the time we have spent with Dennis has brought a lifetime of memories never to be forgotten. They say one chapter ends and another begins. And Dennis, I know that your lifetime of mentorship will not end here. Tell us about some of the things you'll be doing as you write your next chapter and how we can still find out what you're up to.
Well, you know, I'm going to keep on keeping on because unless you use this, you're going to lose it. It's part of the body you need to use the most. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep writing new books and doing new webinars and spend a lot of time with my children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. I have a teenage great-granddaughter, and she's going to help me do Zoom internationally in different languages. And, you know, the most important thing is I want to keep on helping people. And I have a new Facebook Winning for Live group that's 98% USANA. And I'm going to keep teaching and giving them all the best of me because like knowledge and money, you can't take it with you. You got to give it away. So I'm going to do a Winning for Life group on Facebook. And I'm also going to do an app for USANA associates called the Inner Winner. But you'll see me as often as possible because I'm just going to keep on re-inspiring instead of retiring.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it on behalf of the whole USANA family. I want to say thank you and thank you in advance for your ongoing contributions. And I know that they're not going to end there. In fact, they will come to life in all of these new ways that you've talked about. I'm also excited to announce that Dennis has agreed to join the USANA Foundation Board of Directors. I know he'll contribute immensely to USANA's vision as the healthiest family on earth. And further, Dennis's passion in making our world a better place. But there's more. In the recognition of Dennis and his legacy with USANA, we are proud to announce a newly created award of distinction for our USANA family. It's called the Denis Waitley Award for Business Excellence. This award is special, awarded to associates with 5 years or more experience in building an extraordinary sales team. Those who earn this distinction also demonstrate a life representative of our USANA values and how they live, share, and mentor others in their USANA business. You can learn more about the Denis Waitley Award for Business Excellence by visiting the recognition page on the Hub, as more information will be coming soon. Dennis, I wish you all the best, and thank you for always challenging us to become the best at what we do.
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you, USANA, for the best 25 years of my life with more to come. Thanks.